Today I'll be talking about career development. Assuming that you are in this job that you have been recruited, you are happy about it, you know that this is what you were designed to do. This is what you studied in college and you are happy about it. But then you are just at the start of your career. I personally have a background in HR. I did not start as a HR manager. When we start this career, we are looking at how you would want it to grow with the time so that you get to the top of the career ladder. What is it that you are supposed to do and what are the things that you are supposed to avoid in order for you to remain on the trajectory of your career and to be able to deliver the best out of that career. And when we look at this, there are two factors that are involved. One is time, and there are people who take a very short time from the time that they get introduced into their career to the time that they grow to the top or to the maximum of the career level. And then there is a second thing, which is the reward, how much you earn when you start your career up to the point where you get to the top. And one of the things that I address is that with the time, you should not expect so much when you are starting the career. But the things that you do within your first stages of the career are the things that will propel you either positively in the career ladder or they retard you in that career. Sometimes you get a discouragement. Someone will tell you you are not supposed to be this, you are supposed to be that. And sometimes you might feel very disappointed. So what is it that you should do? The tasks and the assignments that you are given are just a bare minimum. If you are a creative, you can add value to that job description that you have been given so that you deliver more than the expectation of the person who has assigned you this duty. And by doing more, I mean that you are creating value out of that position. You are doing the extras so that the supervisor or the person who is giving you this assignment realizes that you have a potential and you have a passion to be able to do the best that you are doing in that position. And this way, you should not ignore that you are working with people. So your relationship with your colleagues, your relationship with your juniors, your relationship with your supervisors, the people in the next departments is also very important. How you relate with them and how you also support their functions. Do not become this person who has to be reminded every time that whatever you are doing, you should do it and deliver the report on time. If it requires you to work extra hard, a little more than the 8 to 5 schedule, then do it so that you deliver the function on time. And this is actually a factor of your attitude, that if you are the person who looks at the watch and says that it is now 4:59, I should start packing, then you might not be the person who will be able to deliver all your assignments on time, and you might not be the person who will be able to deliver more than what is just allocated for you. If you are the person who must loiter around until it is 7:59 so that you just pop into your job, then you also are the person who is not likely to deliver more than is assigned for you. And remember, you cannot be doing everything negative and then expect something positive. So in order for you to deliver that positive to yourself, there must be the effort that you are making in order for you to get where you desire. So when we look at career development, you must continuously earn yourself respect within your profession. You must be the person who is identified among the peers that you are positive and you have started exhibiting the reasons that can give the management the purpose to elevate you among your peers. So when this one comes, make sure that again it doesn't invite pride. There's a person who gets a promotion and even during the ceremony where you are being installed into the new position, you can already see pride. Reduce that. Eliminate pride from your position because just at that time, you can destroy everything. So once you have been given a position, the first thing that you do is to appreciate the management. There are people also whom when they get that position, they have been promoted, the first thing they do is that, I did not expect that you are going to add me this little when you promoted me into this new duty. So when you already exhibit a negative attitude, at the point where you have just been given a new assignment, you have not even delivered the first day. You have not delivered even the first assignment, but you're already beginning to bargain a salary. You're already beginning to bargain an increment. Then this becomes your undoing, because the management has already decoded that you are a person who was much after money more than the output of the organization. And the output of the organization is actually what the management is first concerned about. And remember, you have been selected among peers. So if the management goes back to the peers, they are able to identify another person with the right attitude whom they can nurture to be able to deliver for the assignment. When we look at career development, besides time, that you must give time. You must be patient. You cannot graduate from college today, but then within next year, you expect to be called the head of marketing, head of HR, head of finance, head of account. That's not enough. Even if you are certified today, you cannot just go and find people who have worked in the same organization for 5-6 years and then automatically be their head. Certification is one thing, and that is important. Your time within the space that you are being allocated is another. It's also very important. Give that time, so that you are able to grow in your career. As you work towards the top of your position, remember that you must develop the people below you in order for you to go higher. If you keep on stepping on the heads of those whom you are supervising, that every time there is an exit related to your bad relationship with your juniors, that means that you're also undoing yourself. If you work in a team, you are given 10 persons to supervise, and each of the 10 persons is promoted. Believe me, you cannot remain in the same position. But if you are given 10 people, and 7 out of 10 are exiting because they feel that they are unhappy to work with you, there is no way that you are going to rise in your career. There is always the desire for you to occupy the position of your boss, and this is not bad. It is good. But if you realize that the boss whom you are desiring to succeed is there to stay, there is always something we call the career switch. And you might move from one organization, probably earning the same money, but because there is a better prospect for career development for you to grow into the next level. The only requirement is you prepare your exit, not only silently, but also involving your supervisor, involving your organization because you have a contract, to inform them that there is possibility that you'll be leaving them according to the notice period that is desired, so that you go to the next organization. And once you get to the next organization, don't badmouth the previous organization. When you badmouth the previous organization, you are already beginning to put fears in the new employer, because they begin to wonder, what is it that he will say when he leaves our organization? So always be positive about the organization that has been giving you the reward, which is your salary. There is something we call the exit interview. During this exit interview, if you sit with your supervisor, if you sit with your manager, tell them, I have enjoyed working in this organization, but for A, B, C, D, it can be improved. And once that has been improved, then probably the next person who succeeds you will be happier to stay there. And when we have done this, and you have already switched to the next organization, remember, organizations ask for reference. And when they call for a confidential reference to ask what was Bernard doing in this organization, if you left in a bad way, remember that they will also give a negative reference for you. And therefore, you might be going for a career advancement, only to realize that there is a retardation in your career, that wherever you go, you have been recruited as an accountant, but within 2 or 3 months, you are assigned as an assistant accountant, because they realized that the potential that you had displayed during the interview is not what you have delivered when you actually landed in your new assignment.